One of the long-standing topics of baseball is the unending fascination with who was the father of baseball. Many writers became so attached to their subject personage that they often succumbed and declared yet another figure, the father. Join us as Pastor Paul presents some good history while having fun with history, albeit with his ever so slightly twisted mind. For the very first time, Pastor Paul reveals the true father of baseball.
Daddy, I love your stories. Tell me another bedtime story, please.
Well, Ben, let me think. Let's see what we've got. I have a good idea. Yep, here's one we haven't heard before. Once upon a time, a man named Spaulding did live. He was an iron-willed man, and his opinions had no give. The story of baseball's father was his prey. He was determined to make America the hero of the day. Little did he care about the truth of the story. He was consumed with desire for America to receive all the glory. A writer named Chadwick held a high degree of public sway, so Spaulding said, "We must dispose of Henry's story without delay." Henry claimed a game called rounders in England he used to play. 'Twas the beginning of the game we Americans adopted as our way.
Come on, man. I thought baseball was America's pastime. It sounds like we stole it from England.
Now, Ben, there's a lot of truth to what Mr. Chadwick had to say. What is often forgotten, Mr. Chadwick gave most of the credit to we Americans. He said we had taken this simple English children's game and improved upon it so much that it became uniquely our own.
Oh, I get it. Chadwick was really smart. He would have been a good lawyer. What happened next?
Well, Mr. Spaulding was still not satisfied with this explanation. He was determined to make sure England had no connection at all with the origins of baseball. Let's continue. A Spaulding commission commenced upon a search so that baseball's father would no longer be in the lurch. A letter arrived in the mail from far away. An old man from Colorado, Mr. Groves, claimed he had a lot to say. In 1839 at Cooperstown, one day, to a vacant lot he'd gone to play. A boy named Abner arrived at the field, a new way to play the game. On a piece of paper he did wield. Until then, the infield had been square. Little Abner said the game was in need of a jeweler's repair. So the infield in a diamond shape became the way to play, and Spaulding proudly proclaimed baseball to be our way.
Wow, that's a neat story. Mr. Spaulding loved America, huh, Dad?
Yes, he did, Ben. But, sometimes our desire to have something turn out a certain way can be so strong that we give up the truth in order to have it turn out the way we want it to. You see, Abner Doubleday wasn't little in 1839. He was a colonel at the U.S. Military Academy and nowhere near Cooperstown. He couldn't have possibly brought a diamond-shaped drawing to the field that day.
You gotta be kidding me. So, Dad, who was the father of baseball?
Well, Ben, as a man of the cloth, it's only natural that I'm concerned about the reputation of the mother of baseball, too. I don't want her to go down in history being thought of as a loose woman. With so many fathers of baseball running around, with claims for people such as Abner, Chadwick, Wright, Doc Adams, even Spaulding, it's only natural I want to protect her reputation. However, my recent discovery will help clear her good name as well as proving who the real father of baseball is. I was in the Church of Baseball's basement archives going through some old files. There were writings down there left by your great-great-great-great-grandfather, Pastor Saul. He was the original founder of the Church of Baseball way back in 1845. I wrote a poem for you about what he said. Once upon a time, thousands of years ago, there lived a cave boy who'd pick up rocks, which he loved to throw. He began each day, club in hand. Wild animals were his prey. The picture is so clear now, what made it such an historic day. A friend of Igor's came upon the scene. A lion was lurking, ready to devour Igor's spleen. The friend threw a rock in warning. Igor turned and swung his club, giving that rock a mighty whack. The crisp sound of club hitting rock frightened the lion, scaring him from the attack. Bat met rock that was a historic day. Thus began the game of baseball, which has now become the American way.
Dad, that's a great story. Igor Jr. is my hero.
So you see, Ben, quite often when we seek for knowledge of the truth, the real story can be much better than a story based upon a lie. If you'll promise to go right to sleep, I'll show you a picture of Igor Jr. I found it in those old files. It was left to us by Pastor Saul.
Where is it? Where is it? I want to see it.
I've got it right back here. I hid it from you.
Wow, that is neat. Can I hang it on my wall?
Well, Ben, we'll talk about that tomorrow. You see, there's very little chance that the mother of baseball ever dated Abner Doubleday. So he couldn't have been the father. Don't you agree?
Huh?
Good night, son. I love you.
Good night.
Submit tonight's Twisted Mind contest answer by emailing twistedmind@churchofbaseball.com. Don't forget to tune in Monday, 9:30 Eastern Time, 2 weeks from today, for the next episode of Bin Boy's Bedtime Stories, The Hot Stove League. Visit our Facebook fan page at Church of Baseball and our website, churchofbaseball.com, for the answer and winner of this week's Twisted Mind contest. Also be sure to check our products page for the newly added poster of Igor Jr., father of baseball. For now,
may all of your pop flies turn into Texas Leaguers.